Hello, everyone, and welcome to the midweek wrap up for December 13th, 2023, getting close to that Christmas time and a pretty wild Fed day in the markets today. So I'm excited to go through everything that happens. Again, if you're new here, make sure you sign up to the email list over at statsedtrading.com, link in the description below, just to make sure I can email these to you. I do a midweek market wrap up. I do an end of week market wrap up where we do weekly charts and go over the kind of longer term picture of the market. And then throughout, if I see something very interesting and I want to just do a video and send you guys an email about it, I'll do that as well, but don't worry about getting spammed or anything like that. So statsedtrading.com, sign up for that completely for free. And without further ado, let's get into the charts. Let's actually, as always, customary to start over here with Bitcoin. So still working on the setup. Got kicked out of the old office with the new baby coming. So trying to get used to this one. Again, some more setup should be coming in from Amazon, I think tomorrow. So Ethereum and Bitcoin are both really interesting here, in which they had this nasty pullback a few days back. Really harsh down move, but starting to make that back. And what I wanted to point out here is you see how close Bitcoin is to these all-time highs, but then you take a look at Ethereum, we're not even close to quite there. So we're still seeing this bifurcation of the crypto market in which Bitcoin is dramatically outperforming Ethereum. So we need to keep that in mind. I'm going to be interested if we can kind of, ideally, perfect world, we get to this high back here, and then we kind of chill out for a day or two and then push higher. Perfect world for me because I like to trade off of bases, things like that. I am still long. I got triggered out some of the long. I've talked about being long here and adding to the position on this breakout. I got triggered out a little bit on this break right here, just to lock in my profit. But if this trend is going to continue, I want to continue to trade with this trend. So again, ideally, we get a push up here. We get some sort of consolidation in this zone, and then we break. That's where I'll look to take that particular trade. Now, if we go in, I think this is part of the reason why this occurred. If we go into the dollar here, was talking about this at the end of the week. It's just, I'm not right all the time, but it's been really good month. We'll just put it that way. It's been a good Christmas month. We had this pullback in the dollar, and I started to see this bounce over the last week or so. Actually, we can look at this. This is what the weekly chart would have looked like. This candle right here on Friday when I do this video. And I talked about, I wanted to see maybe a bounce a little further, but anywhere in this zone that I could see a short, I would want to take a short on DXY, which is basically buying the euro. It's how I trade it. And that's kind of what we saw. We saw this breakdown here. If we go to the euro, you can see basically the trade was just like this. So we had this Ethereum pullback. We had the breakout of this VWAP from this high, and we were pulling back into it. The reason I say by buying the euro, you're basically shorting the Dixies. I believe the Dixie is 60 to 70% euro, and then that other 30% is, or 30 to 40% is the other currency. So it's a big weighting to Ethereum. So we had this pullback here. I had a stop limit over this zone right here, triggered on that. Already a good trade. I'm certainly not going to let it come back and cost me at this point. So because this is strong, it's also making for euro pound, which is another cross currency I play, breakout as well. Thankfully, this actually happened yesterday, so I was able to buy some of this on a lower time frame yesterday. I think I can show you what I was talking about, or what I was looking at was right here. We had this break of this prior zone on the 4-hour, which is often how I look at currencies. We had this break of the prior zone on the 4-hour, a pullback, and we were holding that. So I just kind of set a stop limit right here and then a stop loss under this zone. And we broke that, and we continued like that today on euro pound. So it's been some good currency moves for sure. Also the dollar, right? Anytime you have, or sorry, also gold. Anytime you have the dollar collapse, you have gold rallying. So as someone who is long gold and has been looking to buy gold again and again and again, exactly what I want to see. So this is great. If we get any kind of a pullback or consolidation or something tomorrow on the intraday chart, I can trade off of. I'll look to take a trade off of gold there. So now we're popping in here to trade ideas, which is how I do all of my equity work. Go to statsatrading.com for a deal there to save yourself some money on trade ideas. Taking a look at the SPY, just a monster breakout. This, anyone who's been following the channel knows I've had this channel drawn for a long time because we spent like 2-3 weeks just in this channel, just chopping back and forth. And we broke out of it. We closed it on Friday. And I said on the Friday video, I was looking for a continuation on Monday. We got that. I bought some more on Monday's close. Didn't expect this, right? So this massive move here in the market was the reaction to FOMC. Anyone knows me for any length of time knows I didn't listen to FOMC. I don't know what the announcement was. I don't really care about any of that. I only care about that the event occurred, and this is the market's reaction to the event. And then I want to study the market's reaction to the event as opposed to trying to predict what the event was happening. So great move on there. We saw a continuation. If we go down the cap scale, which basically S&P 500 is your big guys, this MDY that I'm bringing up right now, this is the medium guys, right? So I think it's 2 to 10 billion. So not small companies, but not insanely huge ones either. Also, massive breakout there. And then IWM, which is your small guys, companies under $2 billion, doing fantastic. So all across the board, not really too much other, but different sectors to look at because everything broke out and everything was super strong. KRE continues to be a beast. This is another reason why I've been so happy. Been talking about this for months, how I've been playing off this $40 level. Great trade on KRE, breaking out to new highs here. 57 maybe would be the low right here. Be interesting to see if we get there. But obviously for now, looks like this whole regional bank disaster looks to be over. A couple things that were interesting to me is PBW. So PBW is an ETF that I track, which is clean energy. So this combines solar and wind and hydro and all of these clean energies, finally having a little breakout today. Now, obviously the laggard, right? If we go to TAN, T-A-N, this is purely solar. Solar has been getting killed recently. So it makes sense that maybe there's a little oversold rally occurring. I'm going to always try to gravitate to the winners, but if I see something like this, I'm definitely going to take a look at that. We also have URA, which has been my favorite sector for a while. Down today, but still looking okay. When it comes to URA, because all of these bottoming tails in lining up with this prior high. So if we just draw a line from that prior high, you can see every time we test and try to get below that, there seems to be some buying going on here. So I'm interested in adding to a uranium position if we can push up through there as well. And then I always like to bring UNG into the equation. And I know I've been doing this a lot, but this is just my way of saying, hey, this is why I trend trade. Because this thing, I remember being on live streams when this was at 20 people saying, hey, it's oversold, it's got to bounce. And then at 10, hey, it's oversold, it's got to bounce. Now we're at 4, and the things still couldn't get going even with the monster rally in the market today. So again, I want to focus on what's working as opposed to what's not. Couple names on the list. Upstart. This was one that I talked about the other day. Didn't expect a move like this, but we definitely got it. 20% gain today. I sold a little bit on the close. I'm trying to hold this in case we get some sort of crazy squeeze. I don't think we're going to get back to like $70, but if we do, I want to make sure I have a little bit for it. So couple quick trades here. So ACHR, this is actually one that I was buying as it broke out here. It came back and it stopped me out on this trade, but I may give it another shot as we put in this bottoming tail and we're still holding this base. I like the 23% short float on this particular name. BLNK, Blink Charging, still kind of interesting to me. It's holding on here. This is going to move with the solar ETF though, so we have to keep in mind that. Again, the reason I'm looking at this is a 30% short float on this name. BRZE, So this one's a nice pullback. Had a good day today. Pullback after earnings. Looks like it's holding this little pullback zone right here. If it looks like it's going to continue, I'm going to watch this tomorrow. And then APLS, same thing. Nice breakout, pullback. I've bought this thing a couple times. It hasn't really worked. I think I remember I bought it right here and I made a few bucks and got stopped out. And I think I bought it around here and got stopped out as well. But nice breakout, pullback. So I'm looking for a continuation on APLS. Okay, everyone. Whoa. So yeah, lighting and stuff again. It's on its way. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Again, go to statsedgetrading.com. Make sure you get access to the watch list. There's going to be some cool stuff that I'm going to be sending just to people on the on the email list in the new year. So make sure you sign up for that. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Maybe a video tomorrow if I can get to one. If not, definitely over the weekend we'll go over some weekly charts. So thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing wherever you are. Thank you very much. Have a good day.